Guys, it's Andrew, and today I'm going to show you this new attack that I came up with. The attack is a Queen Walk Electro Dragon attack, and I've never seen it been used before, but it's definitely possible that someone else has used this attack before. So before I show the attack, I'm going to go over a few things to look for in the base if you want to implement this attack. And the most important thing is that all of the buildings have to be clumped up in the area where you're going to put your E-Dragons. This is absolutely important because E-Dragons, if the buildings are too spaced out like this, then they're only going to get one building at a time, and that's too inefficient if you want to do well in your attack. So that's a must. And then the next two are suggestions. So the first suggestion is that where you do the E-Drag attack, there aren't that many high damage defenses. So if you notice on this entire right side of the base, there's only 2 single targeting infernos and an air defense. These archer towers are free because they're so close to the edge, they'll get instantly wiped out. And the reason for that is because E-Dragons do not have a ton of health, and even though we add some tanking for them, it's still best if you can avoid the damage there. And then the last suggestion is for any kind of Queen Walk, you want to be able to get a lot of value out of your Queen Walk. So, and then this base is like perfectly designed to for a Queen Walk because these walls already funnel the Queen straight into this area. And in this area, she can go crazy on all of these surrounding defenses. So we're actually going to get both air defenses, both expos, both archer towers, and the enemy queen just from one Queen Walk. You'll notice that there's a single targeting inferno here. I'm not worried about that. We have the Queen's ability. I also brought 2 free spells if we need. And we don't need to get the single targeting inferno. I have a separate way to do that. We just have to get these important buildings. So without further ado, without further ado, let's get started. So we have the Archer Queen and the Queen Walk, and I like to multitask, which means I like to stack my phases if it's possible. So I drop the Queen, and while she's shooting, I put these sneaky goblins down to clear out these resource buildings. And the reason is because they're spaced out. Well, only this one is spaced out, but if in general, if they're spaced out so that your E-Dragons will only hit one building at a time, then you should get rid of them because, as I said earlier, one building at a time is just not good enough. And then, so one sneaky thing I do is once the invisibility fades, then I put the Hog Riders down so that the goblins can distract these defenses for just a little bit, so the Hog Riders can make sure they get all of the clan castle troops out. And now we're in the Queen. This is just the standard Queen Walk part. Just go to the clan castle troops, get rid of the enemy queen. One mistake that I did do is not putting the poison on top of the enemy archer queen, so I got a little scared and I activated the queen's ability. But in hindsight, that was definitely not needed. If I put the poison right, and definitely, and maybe not even needed if I, as it was. But, so the queen is getting really close to our objectives, so I'm going to move on with this next phase of the attack. So E-Dragon Rage is going to instantly Thanos this entire section of the base, and the queen was getting low, so I dropped a Rage for her, and boom, this place is whole empty. It is all empty. Right, so the single targeting infernos, I mentioned I have a way to get rid of them, and in this base, the singles are very exposed for balloons because there's like the balloon gets 1 defense, and then the Inferno, so the haste spell, can span the entire distance, so the balloons will be flying straight to the Inferno. And there's only 2 Wizard Towers defending it, so the balloons are going to get the Infernos out of the way. Yeah, so, and then most of my troops are over here, so I dropped the Warden and the E-Dragons, and up here I've done the same thing with this other single targeting Inferno. And then, so I guess the last part is we're getting kind of close to this defense heavy section. So I dropped a Lava Hound, and then it was a little early, so I dropped a Raid spell. So I tell this E-Drag to hurry up and get over there so he can just annihilate all of these buildings. And I dropped the freeze for these expos. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, there was an air sweeper. I believe, yes, there was an air sweeper here, and it definitely would have been good to drop one of the free spells on the air sweeper because, as you know, E-Dragons are very slow, so it would have been beneficial, and they would have gone there a lot faster, but it ended up not mattering anyways. Like, at this point, I already knew it was going to be a 3-star because I still have the Queen, and the Warden ability, and the King ability, so, like, I already know it's going to be a 3-star. And because I have so many, troops left and so many spells in the, well, 1 free spell and so many abilities left, even though this base was not max, I feel like it's a very compelling argument that if it was max, it still would have been 3-starred, just given, you know, how much is left over and how much was left over. Now you notice we did get a little lucky that the air mines, both of them, or 2 of them, were on this left side of the base. But by then it was too little, too late. And that was a very clean 3-star. I thought so. I thought it went really smoothly, and it honestly went better than how I was expecting it. I wasn't sure how much the Queen was going to get when I was planning this attack, but she got a lot. And as you can see, the attack only took about 2 minutes, so we also had plenty of time to 3-star. Because in this war we had a lot of instances where attacks would get to like 95% and run out of time. So this was a nice change up where it wasn't even close in terms of time. But that's all I have to share for now. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe, and I will see you some other time.